The following review has been approved by Lord Carnage and the best of Classic Game Room. Welcome to Classic Game Room. This is tennis for the e-reader. Tennis. It's a real sport, I'm told. Make way for tennis on your Nintendo e-reader for Game Boy Advance. Are you okay overwriting Donkey Kong Jr.? Well, no, not really, but for the sake of this review, I suppose I'll do just that. I can always scan the Donkey Kong Jr. cards again later. This is Nintendo's classic Tennis. With a 1983 copyright, this game is well known for being one of the early NES titles. And it's a pretty advanced tennis game as far as 80s tennis video games go. There we go. I'm the guy in the blue shirt on the bottom of the screen. I'm terrible at tennis. I'm terrible at this game, too. I also suck at life, but I'm great at saying New Jersey! And that's what counts. Prior to Nintendo's tennis, the majority of video game tennis games were Pong with a green background. And personally, I had no problem with that. I love Pong. And when the background is blue, that means you're playing ice hockey. Pong is a versatile game. But along comes Nintendo and their fancy Famicom. They try to rewrite the rules of video game tennis and make it play a little bit more like real tennis. Well, whoopee-doo, Nintendo. Good job. Actually, they did do a good job. The game plays pretty well. I just prefer Pong tennis. But hey, if you love old-school Nintendo tennis, why not take it on the go with you as an e-reader card, as 5 e-reader cards to be specific. It's a miracle of science. You scan these into your e-reader and then plug it into your Game Boy Advance and off you go. You can play tennis anywhere, even while playing real tennis. Although I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. That's outdoors, there's bugs and sunlight. Stay inside, it's safer. You can tell this is a super old Nintendo game because, of course, now they would never make tennis. It would be Mario Extreme Tennis, Donkey Kong Country Tennis. In fact, those games I think exist, don't they? I don't even know. I think the majority of tennis video games after this one use it as the template for their gameplay formula, because it does work really well. It's just not a terribly exciting game to review. Apparently, when the other guy hits the ball to you, you hit it back and then to them, but try to make them miss it, and somehow you can't even light them on fire. I don't know. You see, here's where I should be able to attack that guy sitting in the chair with a chainsaw. Is that Mario? Is he wearing a hat or is he bald? You can also get this game on the Virtual Console, but let's be honest, if you're gonna play tennis, playing it off of cards is the way to go. Because it's just cool and quirky. Here's a look at the cards and the e-reader, and here I am playing tennis on my Game Boy Advance SP. I guess what really separates this game from the earlier tennis video games is that instead of just moving the paddle to hit the ball, you're actually running around the screen with a little guy who's holding a tennis racket, and you try to actually get the ball on the racket and swing it, and it's like real tennis. Yay. Did they ever make video game shot put? That sounds almost as boring as tennis. There's several difficulty levels, and I know with the NES version you could play 2-player and cooperatively, but I'm not sure if you can with the e-reader cards. I also don't really care. I've got 2 people to thank for this review. Jennifer from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania sent the e-reader, and Robert from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, sent the game. Tennis. Tennis. I'm playing tennis. I'd much rather play Donkey Kong Jr. So there you go. It's tennis. If you really love the NES version of tennis and want to take it on the go with you on your Game Boy Advance, here's what you do. You buy the e-reader cards. They don't cost all that much. As for me, I'm loading Donkey Kong Jr. back into here. Screw tennis. If it doesn't have lasers, chainsaws, spaceships, or monsters eating people, it's not a sport worth playing. The best of classic Game Room is on DVD, Blu-ray, and Laser Hypervision album set.